Okay, so now I just want to show you how we're going to create the cube for the blockhead and how we're going to create the body for the blockhead. So this bit is the head and this bit is the body. So to start with, I have drawn here a net of what I want to make. Now I happen to have used a computer, but you can equally much just use a pen and pencil. But accuracy is really, really, really important, and it's 45mm square. So the first thing is to create your net, and in my case I'm going to stick this down onto here like that, because I just want a guide, and I've got a little bit of card which I'm going to act as a spreader. Okay, and so I'm just going to spread the glue over the card and stick that down. Okay, so I've got this, popping this onto here, and with a bit of luck it will go perfectly like that, and you can see that I've already cut the other bit out of there. So I've got that onto there, and you can see that it's just here. Now I'm now going to show you two ways of cutting this out. The first way I'm going to show you is using a craft knife. Now you must only ever use this craft knife, A, if you've been told how to do it, and B, if you are supervised by a parent or an adult. If you slip with a craft knife, you can make a mess. However, a craft knife is probably the best tool to use for this particular job. I don't happen to have a safety rule, but I do have a block of wood with a good bit of an edge on it. If you use a steel rule or a plastic rule, the danger is that you'll slip on that edge. So you must have something with a good block on it so that when you're cutting, it's not going to get your hand. So on here, place your cutter on there. You'll find that my knife, the blade is shielded. Bring your blade out and go straight across there like that, and you can do that twice or 3 times. You will notice that I have got a bit of scrap card underneath, either scrap card or a cutting board. Don't you ever do it on your parents' best dining table. They'll shoot you, rest assured, and you'll deserve it. Right, so I've cut that bit out. I'm going to turn that round because I want to cut along here, but you will notice on here I go from right into that corner and across, right into that corner and across, right into that corner and across. So it's very, very precise how it's done. I'll do the same on here and cut across there like that. Take that out and then do the same just on here. Can't quite see what I'm doing here, but I'm just going to cut that edge off. I'm going to do the same on there, and you can see that I've cut that edge off. Now that's the way to do it with your knife. If you've got a pair of scissors, choose a good pair like that, and you can just carefully go in and cut it. So there you need real care, but you can do it with a pair of scissors. Personally, I prefer the knife. Right, so just going to trim that edge slightly because it's not perfect. As I say, on here it really does need to be pretty accurate if you are going to achieve what you want. Okay, so now I've got on there my net and it's transferred onto card. I'm just going to trim it across there I left that on so that you could see the 45mm. And bingo, I've got that cut out. You'll see along here that I've got dashed lines. For anybody that's used to looking at nets, or engineers often refer to them as developments, then the dashed line says, please fold me around here. Now if you just fold it, you'll crease the card and it won't be too good. So again, take your knife and this time place your cutting rule on there and score it. But don't go all the way through. If you haven't got a knife, then take your scissors and score it. But that won't be quite so effective. I definitely think a craft knife is by far the best way of doing this. But let me reiterate, this must not be used unless you have adult supervision and you have fully watched this video so that you know the safe way of using it. So let me do it on here. You can see on there how that's done, and we're just going to go through there a couple of times, but not all the way through, and immediately the knife is sheathed and I know where it is. So bingo, bingo. Oh, I've missed that one out, so I'm just going to do that one. One of them is a little bit deep by the feels of it. Not to worry if that's the case, because you'll see how we overcome that problem in a moment. Bingo, 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 and you've now got that which will go together and form a pretty good cube like that. Alright? To keep it together, we are going to use a bit of masking tape. You can use sellotape, so if you've got sellotape, that's fine. I use masking tape because it's, again, a little bit easier, a little bit more forgiving in how it allows you to stick things down. So I'm going to stick that onto there. It also comes off a little bit easier. However, the disadvantage is that when you've done it, it can look a total mess. Hopefully this won't, but you'll see the next cheeky little trick that I've got for this. Okay, so I've got a bit of masking tape on there. I'm going to put a bit of masking tape on here. I've already got some bits cut and stuck to my desk. Again, don't stick yours to the best dining room table. Parents won't love you if you do that, but so I've got a bit on here. I'm going to stick that across there like that. Just put that onto there, and then the last bit, which is going to go across there like that. And hopefully that will sort that out and hold it all in like that. Now you can see that I've got to tidy this up. Stick that onto there, stick that onto there, stick that down there, stick that down there, and stick that onto there. Okay, and this piece is a little bit loose. That's the one that I over cut a little bit, so I'm going to grab my masking tape and find a bit more, and I'm just going to tape it up like that. Now this masking tape is pretty old. It's been in my shed and it's been very cold, and it's tending to tear off rather a lot, which is very, very annoying. But don't worry, we can still get there. Right, so that's got that onto there like that. So I'm going to stop there, and in a moment I will show you how to make the other bit.